hope you're hanging in there. Things are definitely weird, and you know, it is what it is. So I just wanted to stop in and do a quick channel update, talk to you about a couple of things that I've been working on. Hopefully you've seen my latest video. It was called Vancouver Interrupted. It was about a 6-minute short film just with scenes around downtown Vancouver on a Saturday night in April. It was actually, if you're watching this, it was April 18th, 18, 19, 20, yeah. April 18th, 2020, between about 9:30 and 10:30 p.m., right in the heart of downtown Vancouver, in a few of the areas that would normally be just absolutely packed with people, especially in the springtime. The weather was beautiful. It's starting to get a little warmer, so you know, the club district where all the nice restaurants are, the touristy spots, hotels, all that sort of thing. I just kind of wanted to show what it's like out there for everybody that is stuck at home, and just kind of give you a sense of what things are like in the cities right now. And I think it's pretty universal everywhere that that's the way your city probably looks. And if you live in the suburbs, or if you live in the city but you can't leave your home, then you know, it's definitely a bit of an eye-opener to see the city like that. So, and I want everybody to know that I had the proper clearance to shoot that video. I checked with the local regulations and made a courtesy phone call actually to the local police when I was thinking about going down to shoot, and they said as long as I followed social distancing that it was fine. And I went the extra step and actually wore a face mask and gloves and had hand sanitizer with me for when I was done shooting, but I didn't actually touch anything other than my camera, like, at all. It was it's pretty wild to walk around and feel like you're playing the Flora's Lava, but it's with your hands and it's everything. I just wanted to quickly talk about the gear that I used to shoot that video. I've got my little rig set up over here. This rig right here, I'm gonna back up a little. This is what I used to shoot that video, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. This is my XT30 with the 35 1.4. It's in a small rig cage with a small rig handle, Rode Video Micro, and a Neewer HDMI monitor. And it's got a little Manfrotto folding tripod on the bottom so I could stick it on stuff. But I shot the whole thing handheld, and you know, with it being a non-stabilized sensor and a non-stabilized lens, and me being not the smoothest person in the world, there's definitely some shake in that video, and I got rid of a fair bit of it in post-processing by using a stabilizer in DaVinci Resolve. But you know, it's not quite as good as I wanted it to be. And yeah, I think maybe at some point I'll probably invest in a gimbal that can hold that kind of camera for those types of videos. But I mean, overall, you know, it was fun. I like shooting stuff like that, and it's a nice little compact setup that I can actually travel with, and it works very, very well. There's been a bit of controversy here in Canada around the type of portraits that I took a few weekends ago. Now, people are calling them portraits. I hate that word. It's just of people staying at home and isolating and whatever. And I get it. Like, I get why there's a bit of controversy around it. There are some people out there that are just doing hundreds and hundreds of sessions over a few days, and you know, I don't really care how careful you are. When you're traveling that much, you're bound to have some slip-ups. So I think that I was gonna do another session this coming weekend. I think I'm probably gonna put that on hold for now. I'm only doing like 6 a day, and it's people that I know, and everybody's following the rules and all that stuff. And yeah, there's a little too much heat on it here in Canada. Even the I can't remember what the name of the Photographers Society that sort of poo-pooed it is, but you know what? I'm gonna listen to them, and I'm not gonna do these sessions, even though the same people I see who are poo-pooing, I've said poo-pooing, well, now 3 times. Hey, why not? Things are shitty, so we're poo-pooing. The same people who have been critical of these portrait sessions are out shooting cherry blossom trees and boarded up buildings and whatever. Like, they're out shooting, they're still out shooting, but I think it's because they're not getting to do the work that they would normally do as a photographer, and maybe these sort of sessions are passing them by a little bit. I don't really know. I don't know what the issue is or whatever, but I'm gonna take a little break from them just out of an abundance of caution. You could say that I'm caving, because let's be honest, that's what this is. So yeah, boy, what else is going on? I finally decided to upgrade my video editing station back here, and it's gonna take a while till it gets here, but I've put together a dedicated laptop with a decent amount of RAM and a couple of SSDs and an Intel Xeon processor and a really nice NVIDIA graphics card with dedicated memory. Something that's gonna enable me to work a little faster and smoother during the edit, and then render a lot faster as well. It's an investment for sure, but anything that makes this workflow for me easier means that I'm gonna create more stuff. I find that my computers now are more of a hindrance than a help, and that's gonna stop. But because of delayed shipping times right now throughout the world, it's gonna be a little while till all the stuff gets here. The monitor, the speakers, the tower, all that stuff. Maybe the middle of May, maybe closer to the end of May. You know what? It is what it is. We'll make do for now and carry on with the setup that we have. Something that I do want to revisit is this guy right here. This is my GoPro Hero 7. I haven't upgraded to the 8 because I haven't seen enough reason to. Man, that lens is dirty. Did I shoot anything with the lens that dirty? Yuck. But one thing I do have for it now is this absolute ripoff of an audio adapter that GoPro was selling for this thing. And I believe they're also selling an audio adapter for the Hero 8. It's different than that, but you have to get like this plug-in thing to have an external mic. You can't just put a mic in the 3.5mm jack anymore, because there isn't one. You have to add this accessory on. So I finally got my hands on one, and I might do like a vlogging review of that Hero 7 to see if it's still something that you can use as a vlogging camera. I love that GoPro. I use it way more than I should. It's just the stabilization is fantastic, and the picture, it's okay, but you can shoot in 24 frames per second, and yeah, it's got a bunch of slow motion modes still, so I think it's a very, very underrated piece of filmmaking gear, and I'm excited to sort of dive back into it. I also wanted to talk to you guys about what you are doing during this stay-at-home, lockdown, quarantine, whatever they're calling it in your country. What are you doing to stay busy? Are you shooting more photos indoors? Are you shooting video indoors? Or like what's keeping you busy right now? Are you working? Are you an essential service that's working? Like my regular job is still going. So I'm Monday to Friday, I'm out the door and I'm downtown. For those of you that don't know what I do for a real job, I'm an elevator mechanic. So I maintain a bunch of elevators in downtown Vancouver and a few towers. I've got my own buildings I look after, and that's my Monday to Friday job. It's such a great job, and I'm so thankful to be able to do it. But it's definitely weird to be out working right now during this pandemic when everybody is staying at home, working from home. A lot of the buildings that I'm looking after, there's not a lot going on in them right now. Some of the hotels that I look after are just straight up closed. Don't know when they're gonna reopen. Let me know if you guys are still working, or if this has hit you financially. I'm curious, like I've got, 5,000 or so subscribers, and maybe a few hundred of you will see this video, because that seems to be the way YouTube works these days. But I just kind of want to see how you guys are doing, and find out what you're up to. Make sure everything's okay. Not that I can do anything to change it, but I'm just curious to see kind of what everybody's situation is right now. It's so wild. This whole thing is just so bizarre and wild and scary, to be honest. So yeah, it's just me checking in. So thanks again, everybody, for just coming along this journey with me. I love making these videos, and once this is sort of moving along, or whatever the future looks like, I might, there's something I'm working on to maybe do gear reviews again with newer stuff, but I don't want to partner with a manufacturer this time. Like, I'm still shooting Fuji cameras as my primary gear, but I kind of want to, if I do it again, I'm still sort of on the fence about it. I sort of want to branch out and do it in a different way. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But if not, I mean, I'll still be here. I'll still be making videos and talking to you guys about cameras and other nonsense, and hopefully traveling again someday. Oh man, I miss travel. And I was supposed to have eye surgery yesterday. Obviously that didn't happen. Wait, it's this eye. I'm so blind I pointed at the wrong eye. So I guess that'll be pushed off till whenever, but hopefully I'll be able to see with two eyes again one day. That would be just the greatest. Yeah, so just a little check-in. And you guys, stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next video.